This podcast has been brought to you by Podcast Nation.
I farted the other day and you didn't notice.
Sorry, during sex?
Yeah, I thought to myself, oh.
During sex?
I thought to myself, oh.
Did you seriously?
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah, for sure.
Was it a loud one or a stinky one?
Oh, I was just shifting.
I was wondering what that smell was.
No, were you really? Because it was. Were you really? Yeah, were you really? Yeah, that was me. The whole time.
Well, I'm fucking sure shit wasn't me.
We'll do it live. Fuck it.
You're listening to the Laughing Couple podcast with your hosts, Brittany and Ryan Ostafy. Join them weekly as they discuss topics such as relationships, kids, sex, parenting, all unfiltered and all with a healthy dose of laughter. Please welcome your hosts, Brittany and Ryan Ostafy.
You know what I don't understand is
quantum physics.
Yes, there's a lot of things. Why is it the cool thing not to wear jackets? And like, you know what I mean?
Like as a kid?
Yeah. Like I find when I was a kid, it was never like, I'm not wearing a jacket. That makes me a fucking loser. Right? Like
you
today.
You didn't have that?
No. Did you?
Oh my God, yes. Of course I had that.
Really?
Yeah. Are we started the podcast?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Of course I had that.
We never, like, I don't ever remember being like, if I step out of my house in a jacket, people are going to be like, look at that loser.
It wasn't the jacket for me.
It's fucking -11. Like, why am I not wearing a jacket?
It wasn't the jacket for me. It was the toque.
That's so lame.
It was the toque. I always wanted to wear either my hair slicked back.
It's cool to get frostbite, man.
Or, yeah, this is a true story. My hair slicked back or a hat. Mm-hmm. And my mom and dad used to always say, Ryan, you're going to get frostbite. Ryan, you're going to get frostbite. Ryan, you're going to get frostbite. Well, sure as fucking shit, I got frostbite on my right ear.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you've ever had frostbite on your ears.
You've like legit got frostbite? Like, isn't that when it goes black? Or you just got really
There's
cold?
degrees of frostbite. Essentially what happens is the blood that circulates ongoingly through your body and including but not limited to your ears freezes.
And it falls off.
And then when the blood stops flowing, everything else stops as well, right? And so...
Are you telling me you have a prosthetic ear?
No, I'm not telling you. Well, I'm telling you, had I gone much further, I may in fact have a prosthetic ear. I was sitting at...
What's happening?
Jake. What happened for me was I was sitting at our dinner table. My ear was really sore, but my ear was big as shit. Like Dumbo big ear. It was swollen. And my dad sits to the right. I was always in the same seat. My dad was head of the table this side. My mom was head of the table that side. I sat here, chair. My sister Michelle, across from her, my sister Laura.
Can you chill with your monster hands?
Anyways, so that's how our arrangement was. Every dinner, 6 o'clock, Monday to Friday. That's how we ate. And I knew that my ear was big because it was big. And so the only person that I needed to literally avoid was my father, who sat to my right, because everyone else wouldn't pay.
Was he the one that
they'd
wanted
pay
you to
no
wear
mind?
Yeah.
And so I was eating like this, right? And nobody said anything. My dad didn't say anything. We went probably 10, 15 minutes into dinner, and my dad, going for seconds, because my dad's mechano jaw, the man just doesn't stop eating.
Anyways.
Yeah, he's got this problem, and it's great. We call him mechano jaw. Anyways, he said to me, hey, Dumbo, can you pass me whatever it was?
Nice. Just so casually.
Which was super casually. And I was like, shit. Yeah, I hurt my ear today with, the cold.
Yeah. So yeah. I get the hat thing though, because then that affects your style and your hair.
And I was all about my hair.
A jacket is so dumb.
My sister Laura, this is a true story, in grade 7 or 8, she was wearing tree tones? Tree tones?
I don't know what those are.
Tree tones, whatever. There was a shoe. There's a style of shoe, tree torn. Tree torns. Anyways, there was a style of shoe back in 1993 tree torns that all the girls were wearing, and Laura had these shoes, and she did not want to wear winter boots. Boots were not cool. Yeah. But her shoes were cool. So instead, she went to school. There's a photo. My mom took a photo on our Polaroid of her with Zayre's bags. So like grocery bags over her shoes so that her shoes didn't get wet.
Right.
Like, that's cool. You can go to school wearing bags, but you will never be caught dead wearing boots
It's so bizarre.
and your treat horns.
I will say, when I was in university, I feel like I had like a delayed reaction of that. Like maybe end of high school, first year university, I would wear jean skirts and my Ugg boots.
Boots with the fur?
Were literally the most useless thing in winter in January. Because I was like, oh, it looks cute. And I had a boyfriend who would literally like scream at me because he thought I was such a fucking idiot. And like, I mean, he's right, but like the way he just made me feel so dumb. And I was like, I think it's cute. And he was like, you're so stupid.
You know what's
Wow, this got really dark.
You know what's really stupid? And maybe alcohol had a lot to do with this. Now I think about alcohol probably had a lot to do with this.
What?
But I find that when I was 22 to 26, I didn't feel the cold. I remember walking downtown London from bar to bar, freezing cold, and the only thing that warmed, like, I wasn't cold, but I was cold because
Alcohol, you were
I
too
would
drunk
go
to know.
I would go to the food stations that are on the side of the road, right? And I would get street meat
Yeah.
to warm myself up as I went to the next bar. But I'm like, as an adult, I would never fucking do that.
No.
Like, there's no chance I would do that.
We walked home from we walked to our hotel from the Nicki Minaj concert. It was fucking freezing.
Yeah.
And I didn't have a jacket. And I literally was so miserable the whole time. But I did note, I was like, how times have changed. The tables have turneth. Because walking home from the bar in your 20s, that was it was a vibe too.
Easy
because
work.
everyone was just like fun and drunk and they were getting food. I've only ever partied in London one time. And it was the worst after bar time I've ever had in my life.
I almost got killed.
What?
I almost got killed in London.
Oh, no, not me. We walked home and could not get a cab. And I was in a silk dress and heels in the middle of January. And there was no cabs. This is so,
Cabs are here.
so
No, they're not.
stupid. We ended
London
up,
has the worst cabs.
we were so like desperate that we literally met random guys and they were like, just come back to our house. And we're like,
Okay.
we're like, honestly, at this point, I would rather this than die because we were so fucking cold. So we went to their house and they ended
Warm
up
house with strangers, death.
we ended up obviously lucking out because like nothing happened, but like we got there and right when we stepped in and like warmed ourselves, I remember looking at Megs and I was like, this is a really dumb idea. I'm like, let's like call a cab. We were there and they'll come in and we're like, we're good. Like we just, right when we stepped in, we were like, we're real stupid. But it was either that or death. So
Well, you walked in and there was like
there was a bunch
a
of guys
Dexter
there.
room.
No, there was a bunch of guys though. It was like a frat house. So
Yeah.
we were like, we here for the gangbang?
Death or possible death?
You know, I look
Death
at
or gangbang? Either
I
one.
look at you and some of the stories that you've shared with me, and I will say that for me as a man, I wasn't
So
necessarily worried as much. Like if a girl said, "Hey, come back to my house," I wasn't really afraid of anything happening.
No.
And not to say
like
that
to
I
be a
couldn't
woman.
be afraid of things happening, because there are many serial killers that are females that do that exact thing. But I never felt worried about it or concerned about it. I will say
Here we go.
there were a lot of things that you did in hindsight that were quite stupid.
So stupid.
So stupid.
Like I look back and I'm like, what the fuck? It's like looking at a movie character. You know when you watch a horror movie
I do, yeah.
and you like scream, like, are you serious? Why would you go in there? I think about that about my life. Are you serious? You dumb bitch. Why would you walk? I do.
You dumb bitch.
I really do. I'm like, I'm so embarrassed.
You got a
about
good
some of the
vibe
things.
going today. That was funny.
I'm so embarrassed
yeah.
about some of the
You
things I
dumb
did.
bitch.
My voice is low today.
Yeah.
Okay, I got to tell you this story. It's really gross, but I'm going to tell you anyways.
Is it from your past?
No.
Oh.
It's somebody wrote in. So it's about a menstrual cup, but it's super funny. She wrote it really
Like a
funny.
Diva cup?
Yeah, like a Diva cup.
Oh.
Okay. So she
Hashtag
was
not
like,
sponsored.
No.
Are you trying to read it?
No, I'm trying to look at the red lights to make sure you're not peeking.
What?
We're not
Peeking at the
peeking.
story?
You're not peeking?
Oh, I thought you meant Ryan's peeking at my phone. Like,
That's what I thought you said too. Are you peeking?
It's loud.
oh, sorry.
Oh, sorry, Jake.
Sorry about that, guys.
Just
Okay.
wanted to make sure. I didn't want to
It was the dumb bitch part. Was
Dumb bitch. Yeah, I peeked a little.
oh. Okay, let me read this. Okay, so she's like, I have a Diva Cup story for you. I was on day 2. Okay, so really heavy. And I was just starting my shower, minding my own business.
I thought it turned off when you got in the water. Is that an urban legend?
Turned off?
Yeah.
Excuse me, blood?
No, like
if you want to go ahead and turn off.
Is it like, I thought there was like,
No,
is it an
if
urban legend when you like jump in a pool?
First of
you
all,
don't
it's not
bleed
an
anymore?
urban legend. It's not like
No, like I thought it turned off.
Urban Dictionary. It doesn't turn off, but if you go submerged, like it definitely just slows a bit. It doesn't actually turn off.
If you go submerged, what does that mean?
If you're submerged in water.
Oh, submerged.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, can I?
Submerged.
So,
Next thing I know, I'm in submerged. My blood stopped blooding.
I was starting my shower, minding my own business. My husband literally appears like Sex Houdini, buck naked, and I was like, who am I to turn down a dick right now?
I like this girl.
I knew he would.
Yeah.
We start
she's
all
great.
things. We start all the things. But wait, I have to take the cup out. What should have been a simple, idiot-proof grab and dump directly down the drain turned into slipping out of my hands, flying through the air, splashing my husband across his face, and falling, splashing blood literally everywhere, including the ceiling. It looked like we slaughtered a 700-pound cow in the shower.
Oh, shit.
Can you imagine? And this is the best part. I'd be like, all right, I think this is probably, we're not going to finish. And you would just be like,
Yeah. Fucking Chucky. Got blood all over my face. No, we're good. We're good here. I've thought about this multiple times. We
oh
are
my
really
God.
good here.
Oh my God. Okay.
You know, I have to hand it to this woman.
So funny.
First of all,
Who
well
am I to
written.
turn down some?
Well written. Well written.
That's why I loved it, yeah.
I love a
You are
well.
really loud.
I love a well. How do you know?
Because
Because you rip it. Because I can fucking hear you.
You know.
I'm sitting directly beside you, you moron. You dumb bitch. Oh, God.
Who are you to say how loud I am?
I really like
Well,
a well. See, this is
right
why we
beside
need
you.
headphones, Brittany.
No.
I can't hear myself.
No. I like the
I
headphones.
like someone who's well written, and because you almost go through their story as if you're in their head.
Mm-hmm.
That's how she wrote that. I like that. But what I really commend this individual for is day 2 sex is difficult.
Oh, yeah.
Well, maybe not for some, but for you, like you are really crampy and really sore.
Well, not
and,
everybody has like
and I have to
painful
rub your
death
back all the
periods.
time for day 2. Like the idea of even trying or attempting to be sexual on day 2,
Literally throat
it's like
chop you.
that would be a fight for us.
Yeah,
You're
I would
like,
throat chop you.
"I'm death."
Yeah, well, this girl's lucky. Like I don't have that.
Or maybe she's just horny as fuck.
No, she's just doesn't
Who
have
am I
as
to turn down a dick?
terrible periods.
That sounds like someone I want to party with. Not like
That
actually
sounds
party.
like someone I want to fuck.
Yeah,
That's basically
not like that
what you
kind of
just
party
said.
with.
That's
It's like,
such a weird thing.
well, can we actually sketch that? Can we like? I still want to take that
Sorry,
away really quickly.
I don't really understand.
No,
what
like-
the point of that saying.
I didn't want to like.
Can you hold on? Can you imagine if you tell me a story about a guy who is like wanting to fuck his wife and he says something like endearing and I'm
That's
like,
a
yeah,
pussy I can't refuse.
That's a
Yeah.
and I was like, hey, that sounds like a guy that I want to hang out with. You'd be like, what the fuck?
I didn't say hang out with. I said party with.
AKA, what does that mean?
I want to be at a party with them.
Yeah,
They sound like
because
a
they wanna
bundle
have-
of joy.
Because they want to have sex?
No, just because
It's a weird thing to
just
say,
because
man.
Their energy is positive, their
Right.
energy is uplifting. It's
100%.
fun. It's light. It seems like someone who would be a pleasure to hang out with,
Emphasis
not to
on
fornicate
pleasure.
with. She's married. She's happily married, and so is he. Congratulations to the two of them. I'm not interested in that, Brittany. I'm just letting you know. She sounds like
Yeah.
she sounds like someone that you'd be
Why don't I
friends
just
with.
get her number for you?
If you have it.
I do.
Is it on the DMs?
Yeah. Anyways, okay, so we have some like not serious stuff to talk about, but I'm almost like I kind of want to just go into these questions first and then we can end with that.
What questions?
Well, the funny stories that I put out. I think we should start with that because we're on a vibe.
You're on a vibe for sure. I'm just loud.
Okay.
You're vibing and I'm just
Loud.
elevated.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we asked the community to tell us some funny stories about times during sex that like something awkward or funny happened.
Was that
And
where
I
that
just-
story came from?
No, I was talking about my
That was just random.
No,
Dear
she,
Brittany,
no.
thought
she
you'd
was
like to know
responding
this.
from my to my stories yesterday when I was talking about the Diva Cup and how fucking treacherous it is.
Oh.
So Anyways,
I hear a lot of people swear by it.
if once you get it,
Yeah.
but it's like, I'm sorry, but
Well,
like
before you get it,
7
you
months,
probably just don't know what it's like.
it's really hard. I don't. It sucks. I wish I could just turn it off.
Just go in the water, Brittany. Just go in the water.
Oh my god!
I think that is like. Have you heard of that, Jake?
hold
Right?
on.
That's an urban legend.
It's not called an urban legend.
What is it
I feel
called?
like it's just like a myth. Like I wouldn't say an urban legend.
A
I
myth.
almost said a myth. It's not.
Oh, it's a myth.
But it's not an urban
Yeah.
legend. An urban legend is like something that would be like spooky.
Like ghost bumps? Goosebumps? Ghost bumps? Are you afraid of the dark? Ghost bumps?
Oh my god, I got my ghost bumps.
that time of year.
Okay, hold on. So we asked people to write in weird things that happen during sex, but we do need to tell this story. We're obviously not going to say who it is because we know them.
What was that? What's happening right now?
So
What story are you going to tell?
So
Is it us?
no, it's not us. Is it me? This couple was having sex. Okay, they have a dog.
I know exactly what this is.
so-
You got to preface this before because
Okay,
they had a
go for
bottle.
it.
They had a bottle of
Go
wine
for it.
and
They're,
a gummy.
They're fucking hammered and high.
Yes.
Okay.
So they had a gummy and a bottle of wine.
Yes.
And they were having a wonderful night together.
Wonderful.
Laughing.
Can you just tell it because I honestly please I can't right now.
So this story was shared with me. I can't thank you.
He was like, no, I can't.
Yeah, I can't. So they were having a wonderful evening. They had watched a comedy show on Netflix. They're just really
memory
vibing.
is so
They're just
stupid.
really vibing, having a great night. Anyways, they then take that energy all the way to the bedroom and they have high, drunk,
Sex.
wonderful sex.
Right.
And as he climaxes, he like lays back and is like in this like euphoric space where he's just like, and then out of nowhere, his dick starts getting licked again, and the cum starts getting licked again.
Yeah.
And keep in mind, he's not in a place where his eyes are open. He's in a euphoric place, and so maybe they're a little kinky. Maybe they're into these things. I don't know, but
He's like, oh, round
he's
two.
just like, oh, okay.
guess
And
so.
he's like, I'm going to enjoy this. And then out of nowhere, he hears his partner say, insert dog name, stop licking his dick. To which he looks up and sees his big dog sitting there just licking away.
Hold on, this is my favorite part because I feel like there would be a significant difference between a human tongue
Just
and a massive dog tongue. Like, was he just like, oh wow, that
he was
tongue's gotten
high
so-" I know,
and drunk
I know,
and in a euphoric
Yeah, yeah.
space.
That's why he couldn't tell the
thinking in his
difference.
head. But like my whole thing about this was
God,
like,
it's so funny.
Did you actually think she was like slurping up your cum?
Yes,
He's
yes.
like, yeah, I did. I'm like, oh my God. I can picture this because we've had situations not like this at all. We've had situations where
Right.
it's just uncomfortable timing. But if you are in the dark and you're not really paying attention, your mind can wander into a million different directions. At no point in time did he think his dog wandered into his room,
Right.
propped himself on the corner of his bed and just started going munching and munching and munching away.
munching?
Yeah, munching
oh my
away.
God. Okay.
Jake's got a little story like that too.
Do it. You could tell it.
I can't tell it. It's not my story.
Well,
Well,
yeah.
either was that, but I told her
Yeah,
anyways.
yeah,
You
yeah,
can tell
yeah.
that story.
Well, I don't. Okay. No, I don't know. I don't know. We should tell that because we literally. Well, I know you're fine.
Okay.
Yeah. Let me
remove dog. Insert cat. That's kind of like the same thing.
No licking.
But no licking.
But no licking and just like
No,
mimicking
just-
the same position, right?
Yeah.
Like just think of downward cat. Think of
Downward dog. By
yeah,
the
yeah,
way.
but it was a cat, and like the cat coming in while doggy style was happening and just wanting to also get some.
like positioning
You
yourself.
want some of this, bitch?
You don't forget that image.
Kitty.
Kelly,
Kitty.
Oh, you got two pussies in here.
Probably heard me yell the word. Yeah.
Wow,
Oh
Jake's
my
sitting there.
God.
Oh, I've never had two pussies in the same room at the same time.
I love it. Okay. Somebody
Shadow?
just wrote.
Milo. What's her cat's name? Shiloh. Yeah. Shiloh.
There
Shiloh?
was. This one is so simple.
Oh, can I ask you this question really quickly? Because
Sure.
you said you went to the Nicki Minaj.
Who?
Nicki Minaj?
Yes.
Mickey.
Micking out.
Mickey.
Micking out. Yeah.
Never mind.
Okay, tell me.
No, I was going to ask you because I realized when I was going to ask you this earlier that I was old.
What?
But when you were at the concert, was there any part of you that wanted to be like, I did it all for the Mickey, the Nicky.
No.
So you could take that? No.
No. Maybe if her name was Nookie Minaj.
But it's so close.
No, it's
You
not.
never, like, that's
Nookie
not,
and
like,
Nicky?
nobody in the crowd did that?
No, not a single person.
Not one person?
I made a TikTok about what I should wear,
Yes.
right? And someone wrote, give you tickets to a teenager.
That is so hot. I love the internet.
I was like,
people are
oh.
so funny.
Got it. I know.
What should I wear? This, and this. But you just give your ticket
Yeah,
to someone
why are
else.
you even going?
Yeah.
Somebody wrote, this is like a small one and weird things during sex. This is so small, but it's just like, you already shared this on your podcast, but I queefed in my partner's face during an orgasm.
Yeah. It's a
That would
difference,
ruin your orgasm so bad. Because you would just be like,
So from a guy's perspective, because
Like,
I literally
oh
just
my
put myself
God,
into that
yes.
like situation. I
how could you not laugh?
Well, I don't know if you would laugh because, well, I know in my head I'd be laughing. I'm laughing right now. I wasn't even in it. You would be so sensitive to the fact that you know that's devastating for her.
100%.
But my thought is like, at what point in time do you just keep licking? Like, do you just like pause and be like, should I keep doing this?
Someone
what's
wrote,
going
I
on?
farted in an ex's face while he was going down on me, not a queef. It stunk so bad.
Oh.
That is so much worse. Are you fucking kidding me? I'd be like, sorry, we're done.
I farted the other day and you didn't notice.
Sorry,
I
during sex?
Yeah, I thought to myself, oh.
During sex?
I thought to myself, oh.
Did you seriously?
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah, for sure.
Was it a loud one or a stinky one?
Oh, I was just shifting.
I was wondering what that smell was.
No, were you really? Because were you really? Were you really? Yeah, that was me. The whole time.
Well, I'm fucking sure shit wasn't me.
It's like being in an elevator. Two people.
Who did that? Oh my God, was it a loud one?
No, it wasn't
too in
loud
the
at all.
field.
That's why I was hoping you didn't notice because there was no noise involved. I shifted my hip a little bit to get it on a different angle, and it was like, and I was like, oh, pretty sure, but I didn't smell it, and I usually smell my own brand first.
Right. No.
So I was like, okay, no. Did you seriously?
A little.
Really?
But I wasn't sure if it was just like
Just my normal
musky
butt smell? I think I'm smelling Ryan's butt. Well, you were.
Someone wrote.
But did you not think for a second that it didn't smell prior? Or did it always
I was
smell?
just really in my feels about it. I was just
about
like,
the smell or just in the feels about what was going on?
what was going on?
Okay.
Yeah. This was like most recently, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That was
definitely.
that
most
was a
recently.
that was funny.
That was a lunchbox letdown for you.
Yeah. Well, it had nothing to do with you.
Yeah, it kind of did.
No, it didn't.
Yeah, well, I was there. This is the worst. I'm telling you right now. So this.
I was there.
How
How do you know I'm being so loud? I'm right beside you.
Can we have this conversation because I know that I'm not alone in this.
Oh my God.
I'm a big fan of you climaxing at the tail end of our sessions. I'm a big fan of it.
What do you mean? Like afterwards?
I don't like ending sex without you climaxing.
Right. We've talked about this before, and this is TMI, but I cannot have my special.
You're a one-trick pony.
Hold on. During no. During sex, like unless there's like a vibrator or oral stimulation, I don't have like, I can't do it inside.
Well, you have.
So,
it's
like,
just very rare.
No, I have not.
Oh, you lied then, eh?
No.
No, well, that's one of our questions, and you said no.
No, I
You never
haven't.
faked an orgasm with me.
No,
You've
I've never.
absolutely.
No, I have
You've
not.
absolutely
Not
faked
without,
an orgasm with me.
No,
then.
I have not. Not without external.
Stimulation.
Yes.
Anyways,
I've
but that's not what I
literally
was talking
never
about.
said that.
That's not what I'm talking about. What I was talking about was, yes, that's also true. But what I'm talking about is I like you finishing.
Yes,
Completing.
it's almost like you feel guilty, like, well, I got my release, and then because you always finish me.
Yes. Finish her.
Weird. Anyways, so last time
Scorpion.
I was just like,
Sub-Zero.
I was really tired and I was like, don't worry about it. Like that was really lovely. You finish. And I think I'm just going to go to bed because I wasn't feeling well. So I was like, I'm good. Like, I'm good to go to sleep. And you're like, are you sure? I'm like, yeah. And then you're like, well, like, why don't you play with this? And you gave me a vibrator, a toy. And then you're like, can I watch? And I was, so whatever. I was like, okay, like, let's make this intimate.
Mm-hmm.
And so like literally 3 seconds in, the vibrator died. And I was like, for fuck's sakes. And so then I was like, it's fine. So then you go over to the other top drawer. And you're like, it's all right. I got this one. We have like a plethora of stuff too. So you bring me another one. And I was like, okay, fine.
This is a new one. You have never tried this one before.
And I hated it.
It
was plastic and it hurt.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I've never had one of those things
I didn't
before.
like it. And so then I was like, I literally threw a tantrum. I was like, huh.
She did.
I was like, I'm done with it.
This sucks. This is a lunchbox letdown. And here I am just sitting there naked. Like, yeah, I'm so
like, I'm
sorry this is happening to you.
No,
I'm
just
like, what
was
do you
not
want
into
me
it.
to do now? Now I
Nothing.
felt like
I was like, this has nothing to do with you.
No,
I don't
know.
need to finish. Like
I
that
know,
was
but
something you carried. Not me.
Imagine the roles were reversed.
Yeah.
And here I am huffing and puffing. Oh, dude. Smoke myself again in the face. Bad timing. Here I am huffing and puffing because you really were. You were huffing and puffing.
I was like, "Are you serious?" I was like, "It's fine."
You were huffing and puffing. This sucks. I don't like this.
I literally never said either of those
Anyways,
things.
I went and got you another one, and whatever. You're like, oh, the mood's over. The mood's over. And now I'm sitting here, like I went from a euphoric position to like, let's have another one of those euphoric things for you to like, oh, how do I fix this problem? Oh, how do I fix this problem? Oh, she's really not happy about this.
No, I told you.
I just
listen,
sat there like,
stop.
I don't know what to do here. I left. I went and slept in the spare room.
I said to you,
I didn't know what to do.
I'm good.
How
And
do we end this?
you kept trying to solve it. I said, I don't need this. You kept being like, I got another one. I was like, I don't need this. Like, I'm good. It was you just being like, it was like a magician. You just kept like pulling more shit out of the hats.
And then what did you tell me at the end of it? What did you tell me at the end in the morning? I asked, and you said, when you left, I grabbed another one, and then I couldn't figure out how to change
grabbed the
setting.
one that you left me, and
Yeah.
you're like, I'll just leave this here. And I was like, fine. So then I tried to turn it on. I couldn't fucking turn it on. And I was like, I'm done. I didn't come knocking on your door and being like, just so you know, this one doesn't work either.
I'll be waiting for you. But this is my point.
Anyways.
This is my point. The idea that I left it on the side table. I thought, you know, if you feel like you're in the mood at any point in time this evening, by all means.
Yes, I get it.
And then as soon as I close the door, you're like, I'm still in the mood. Like that doesn't.
No, that's not what happened.
Well, I don't know. I wasn't there. Obviously, I'm not freaking Superman. I can't see the door through the door.
I didn't want to make you feel bad. So I was like, I'm pretty much done. If I can turn this on, maybe I'll figure it out. I'm not going to be like, do you know what I mean? I told you so many times that I don't need to finish.
In normal situations, I would have just gone down and done the dirty, right? But you weren't feeling very good, and you didn't want one of those situations to occur where you farted in my face. You weren't feeling good. You said, my stomach's upset. I don't want you doing that.
Okay.
Anyways,
some of the other ones are funny. There's a lot of cats.
what a conversation.
A lot of cats. Someone was like, a cat came in and started chewing on my hair.
You know when cats do this?
How?
Into your hair. Could you imagine
Yeah, that would actually feel so good.
So good. It'd be weird. It's like no, I guess not weird, but I guess it would be weird. It would be weird for me. I don't like cats. I'm allergic to cats. So.
My breast milk shot out like a bat from hell all over him in the room, like a power washer. That happened to us with Cooper.
That happened with us with Riley. The very first time we had sex after the Blue Jay game in
that was
Toronto.
Cooper.
That was Riley.
No, that was Cooper.
That was definitely Riley because you were pumping your breast milk in the. That was definitely Riley. I can tell you exactly where we were and when it was.
Coop.
No, it was Riley.
You're right, it was
and it was
Riley.
the very first time we had sex post pregnancy. Post pregnancy, very first time we had sex, and I squeezed your bosom and got shot directly in my eye.
Yeah.
Like Super Soaker 3000.
Okay.
Double pump action.
It was really, it was a lot. It was so painful. I had to buy a hand pump.
Yeah, it was
because
painful.
I forgot
my eye.
Oh, for me, you dick.
Oh yeah, for sure.
My boobs were like hard as a rock. I had to go
They were
express.
glorious.
I had to hand express in the bathroom of the Real Sports Bra into the toilet.
Sports bra. No, that was. It wasn't. It wasn't at the.
I had to hand express in the Panda Express.
You hand expressed at the Skydome.
No,
in the washroom
and the Real Sports Bar.
Yeah, you missed a whole inning.
literally just pumping out milk. I was like, it was so depressing too because it was like liquid gold.
Yeah, it was.
Because I couldn't use it. I was hammered.
Yeah, gold, Jerry, gold.
Anyway, okay. Do you want to tell a couple, or do you want to move on to our?
So these were awkward things that happened in bed, and this is a good buddy of mine. I won't use his name, but I'm gonna shout it out because he stated it. So his comment was weird. ... I came second. That was the weird thing.
Okay.
Extra weird. ... I actually got some. It was his joke. So I'm just letting that.
I'm so
It's
confused.
weird that he came second because he usually comes first,
Right.
and then it's even weirder that he got laid.
Oh, that's kind of sad.
And that's the funny part.
Oh.
It's the funny part.
That's sad.
I saw this one. Lit candles to set the mood, accidentally knocked them over and set the pillow on fire.
Oh my god,
That's amazing.
that would have been such
You
a
got to be
funny
so
memory.
careful when you're setting the mood. I would just go with Amazon ambient lighting and like an Alexa or a Google for the mood. I wouldn't use real candles, but we do use candles sometimes.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Do it all the time.
But they're not in
I
like a
would
can.
never. That's
They're not in a candle. They're
irresponsible.
in like one of those like glass things. It is a candle, but it's not like a stick candle.
We're not using a candlestick. It's not
Yeah,
1890.
that's the term.
All right, light the candelabra. It's time to go.
Like the stick candle.
Someone wrote, and these always make me laugh. Anytime we have like a question box, because like you said before, sometimes the writing of something makes it so much more funny, and like other times it's like I'm like, these are funny. People are just like, and what something was so crazy is that he drooled on me. I'm like, oh, okay.
What?
Like it's so dramatic for them, but like reading it, it's like one time he drooled on me. I'm like, oh, okay, that's not bad. But also, it would be kind of weird if you're just laying there and it was just like,
One time. Oh, this is a bad segue.
oh,
One time when I was a kid, I had one of my very first sleepovers at my cousin's house.
oh, what the fuck?
And him and I were wrestling.
Oh, okay.
And my mom and dad, we lived in Barrie and they lived in like, I think Mississauga or Etobicoke or something like that. Either way, it was about an hour plus drive. And I said, can I sleep over? Can I sleep over? My parents were like, are you sure you want to sleep over, Ryan? Because if we leave, we're not coming back. And I'm like, yeah, I want to sleep over. And so my parents leave. We say goodbye. They're gone for maybe 20 minutes. Me and my cousin are wrestling. And he's got me on top and he... just this massive fucking goober comes out of his mouth right onto my face.
Adam?
Yeah. And I'm like, call my mom and dad. I want to go home.
Stop.
Yeah. And
How old were you?
I would have been maybe 4 or 5.
Oh, I thought you were going to say like
Yeah,
14.
14. Yeah. 14. No,
Shut
just,
up. You want to go home because you got goobered?
yeah, I wanted to go home. And so we had to wait until my parents got home to Barrie. And then when they got home,
Because they didn't have cell phones.
they didn't have cell phones. My aunt called and said, you're going to have to come back. Ryan does not want to stay here anymore. I was like, I got spit on. Yeah, look at it. Can
Anybody-
someone wipe this off? My parents finally come. Did no one not wipe this off?
Still on your face?
No. No. Anyways, can we quickly talk about this thing with Riley?
Yes.
This is a dilemma that we're having right now. So Riley, super proud of her. By the way, today as we record this, is her 10th birthday. My
What the
God.
hell?
We have a 10-year-old. So much life has happened in such a little time.
Last night, right before going to bed, you were like, and I didn't really think about this, you were like, literally 10 years ago today, your mom and dad, because we're talking to Riley, sat in bed staring at the ceiling, being like, holy fuck, like tomorrow we're going to be parents. We're no longer going to be known as Brittany Langver, Ryan Ostafy. We're going to be like mom and dad. Like it was so bizarre to think about her making us parents.
Yeah,
Like
I remember
10 years
sitting
ago,
there just be like,
so much time
this
has
is-
passed in such a small amount of time.
this is the last time I'm ever going to be Ryan.
It's so weird.
That's what I said to you. And you're like, I know.
It's
I'm
so
like, for the
weird.
rest of our lives, we're going to be mom and dad. It's crazy. It's
10?
amazing. 10 years.
My God, 10 years old.
Well,
How
anyways.
do we have a 10-year-old?
I don't know.
I'm
Well,
way too young to have a 10-year-old.
Yeah, for sure. Okay. Anyways, so Riley recently, she's in cheerleading and her team has been together for about 7 months, 6 months, 7 months. And they practice 2 to 3 times a week. Super dedicated. This has been the most incredible sports season I have ever witnessed. As
Yeah.
a former athlete, I have never witnessed an undefeated season.
Team.
And I mean
I
like not
know.
just undefeated. I mean undefeated, Undefeated.
Literally won everything.
Every competition they entered, they won the competition. And in cheerleading, there's this thing that says, okay, so you are in your areas, you win your competition, and then the judges pick their favorite routine for all of it, which is called Judge's Choice. Now, you may get Judge's Choice once or whatever. They got it on every single competition.
It's wild.
Golden Buzzards, Judge's Choices, Buzzer. There's buzzards. I hit the buzzards. Anyways, what an incredible season. So we enter into the nationals and she wins the national competition, which is a national champion. I've never been a national champion. I got robbed of it. I never won the national championship. So we're so proud of her.
So proud.
And she gets this national championship hoodie, which is a really nice hoodie.
And then
a jacket for finals. So after nationals is another competition, which I didn't know this because you would think nationals would be the biggest. It's not. What's called finals is the biggest, and they won finals.
And they get this coveted jacket that everybody knows.
Like the green jacket at the Masters.
Yes.
Everyone wants this jacket in cheer. I never knew the jacket existed, so it meant nothing to me in the originally, but now I understand the magnitude of it. And so we're so proud of Riley. And the next day is school. It's Monday, and I get her jacket ready. I get her sweater ready. And I made a very big mistake.
To your defense,
yes,
it was not you.
No.
She was already in that space, and somebody had said to her last year, and you just kind of added a little bit of fuel to that flame.
Yeah, I said to her, now, Riley, we are so proud of you, and you should be so proud of yourself. You've been dedicated, you've been motivated, you've been driven, you've done everything that you needed to do to make this thing happen. You showed up when you were sick, you showed up when you were hurt. Be proud. I said, now when you go to school with this jacket on and you go to school with this sweater on, not everyone is going to be super keen on the idea that you're a national champion.
Not everyone's going to show support.
And you may encounter people who are resistant to this. Just know that you have every right to be wearing this sweater. You should be proud of what you've accomplished. We're proud of what you accomplished. So she's like, okay.
Then she got in her own head about it because the year prior she wore her gold medal with her friend. They were on the same team, and
Silver.
I guess some boys were like, oh, you're bragging, and made fun of her. So she's carried that. And this year, walking to school with her, she was like literally so anxious. Like when we walk up to where I take her, she stopped so early and she was panicking. She was like, I don't want to wear this jacket. I want to take it off. And we were like, no. I was like, no, sweetheart. And she was like, Mom, like, seriously, don't make me do this. And it was hard because I didn't want to like negate her feelings of anxiety, and I don't want to force her to do something that she's not comfortable with. And I was like, fuck those kids. Like, you think that these boys who were making fun of her last year, who both play hockey, you think if they won national championship hockey, they wouldn't come gloating in school? And they fucking deserve to gloat.
Absolutely.
They won the championships. So fuck them. Arrive at school with your jacket. And if anybody tells you,
own it.
Oh, you're bragging. Fucking right I am. And bragging isn't being proud. I'm proud that I won the championship. It's not the same thing. Bragging about something has a negative connotation about it. Being proud of something is different.
Yeah.
And also, I think she deserves to brag. Like, that is so much work. Hey, if you want to go to school and be like, listen, I won all of these things, you have that moment. And then like, Riley's not a braggadocious person. She's very timid. She doesn't like the spotlight, believe it or not. She's very uncomfortable.
She's like not even humble. She's below humble.
She like
don't talk about it.
Yeah. She almost like invalidates herself.
Yeah, all the time. It's
annoying. It's really annoying.
Very. Jinx, show me a beer. Yeah, so she said to her, so I'm taking this off. And she did. She took it off at school. She didn't want to wear it. And on the way
she
home,
said, I'm taking this off
on the way home from cheer, because they had the one last cheer practice, I kept referring to her as champ. Hey, champ. Hey, champ. Hey, champ. And she said, Dad, can you stop calling me that? And I said, why?
At school, you forgot. That was a key part.
Yeah. Well, no, we were saying it on the way home. Anyway, she said, can you stop calling me that?
That's cool.
I said, why? She's like, that's bragging, and it's very disrespectful for everybody else. I said, what do you mean it's disrespectful? And she walked through this, and I was so emotional about this, because how do you be so, like, how can I be proud of my daughter for her accomplishments and want to let her know that I'm proud of her, but then be like suppressed down into like that you can't be that proud and that loud about it. Yeah. And I'm sitting here thinking, and then there's another part of me, and I'm going to be honest, there's another part of me is like, fuck you. I was there for 7 months too. I was at every practice. We took you everywhere. We went to every competition. We invested in this financially, but emotionally.
Now we can't be proud? The fuck we can't.
I was in tears when you won. Like, that's how emotionally invested I was in this. My friend flew from Australia to come watch you. That's not true, but it's true.
He was here.
He was here.
He was like, I'll come.
Flew from Australia to watch you. We're all so proud of you. Nana, Granddad, Bubba, Grandma, we're all so proud of you. We've been part of this for 7 months. Don't take that from us.
Yeah. And I think at the end of it, she did understand. Like, she's been processing this for a while because we've had other conversations with her and we did break it down and unpack it in the way that you're explaining it. But at first, we were reactive with emotions because we were like frustrated because you're right. She was dimming down her own shine. She was definitely suppressing our feelings of being proud. And it was an interesting conversation as a parent. Like, it was like one of the first times we were like, what? And we're still navigating how to
don't know how to do this. If you guys have been through this and you have a child that suppresses your joy for them, please let us know. I don't mean like suppresses your joy in general. I know that kids can suck the energy out of you.
I'm laughing that.
What?
Have you ever drank your coffee cup and then noticed that you see your own reflection? You see your own reflection.
Oh, hey there.
It's so weird. I just got a little scared. I was like, there's someone in my cup.
Oh my God.
Me.
Oh, anyways, that's good. But anyways, I will say this. Today is her birthday.
Yes, happy birthday,
and
Riley.
I said to
Even though you're not
Riley
listening to
before
this.
she was going to school, I'm like, Riley, today's your day. She said, yeah. I'm like, you should wear that sweater today. And guess what she put on? That sweater.
Yeah, she took it off though.
No, she
I'm
can't.
kidding.
She didn't take it off. I know, because as I was walking her to school today, she's like, oh no.
I didn't wear anything
I'm like,
underneath.
what? She's like, I didn't put anything underneath
Yeah,
this.
you're like, I cut it off.
I'm like, yeah. Good luck taking it off now, bitch.
That's all right.
You dumb bitch. Is that what you said? Was that the throwback? You dumb bitch. Yeah. You gotta wear that sweater, you dumb bitch.
Have a good Tuesday.
Anyways, happy Tuesday.
Okay, go ahead. Say the last word. Bye.
There goes a sight from my soul.